Good evening and welcome. I'm Sheila Balgobin, principal of Simply Improve Health, and I help people to train better and longer and recover more quickly, have better sleep, and enjoy better quality of life in general using simple plant-based products and simple techniques. This evening, my live is dedicated to the what I call the World Cup widows, the sports widows, who are have been abandoned by their partners or spouses to watch the World Cup. So I wanted to just make a few suggestions of things you can do to make footy time your time. And there may be suggestions that you probably have already thought of, but maybe I'll suggest a couple that you haven't thought of that you might enjoy. So here, this one's for you ladies. These are ways to find ways or means or to make this time your time, so you don't have to grumble and fuss at your partner about, he loves the television and the World Cup more than he loves you. He loves you, but it's the World Cup. I don't have a problem with it. I used to play football, or soccer as they call it in the US, and it's one of the few sports I actually enjoy watching. But I recognize that everybody doesn't feel that way. And this is something that you can do to kind of help yourself through the next few weeks. My first suggestion, and it's one that's probably the most obvious, is a day out with your girlfriends. It could be, going and getting manicures or pedicures or getting your hair done. Or if you're feeling a bit more adventurous, you could have your own World Cup party, if you will, and even during the day. A colleague and good friend of mine has a lovely company that makes non-alcoholic cocktails to order for themes or for all kinds of events. So you could have your party and still be able to drive and pick up your kids from school. If you want to find out more, I would say take a look at on Instagram and look for the Cordial Mixologist. That's Cordial, Cordial Mixologist, all one word, on Instagram. And said if you speak with Anika or contact her about creating a anti-World Cup drink, especially for you and your friends, tell her that I sent you. So that's one suggestion. You could, as I said, have a day spa of some kind, where if you go as a group, if the group is large enough, you may even get a group discount, so it's cheaper for all of you, and maybe have the place to yourself for those few hours. So something worth looking into. Get pampered and spend some time with your friends. If you can't, your friends are all busy or away because it's the beginning of the holidays, well then, be with yourself. Go on your own, and just let your mind relax and not have to engage with anything. Just let your mind drift and relax. Sometimes having a treatment without the company of your friends can be extremely relaxing. So think about that. If you've got children, maybe taking little day trips. I know that going out, particularly in London, is not necessarily a cheap affair, but you can find things that are in your local communities that may be low cost or even free, and that gives you a chance to spend some quality time with your children. That's a thought. There's other things that you can do. It doesn't have to be expensive or high tech or anything like that. It could be something as simple as maybe taking the time to go for a walk in the park, or to visit some friends you haven't seen for for a while. Or if they're far away, at least give them a call. So there are things you can do to kind of fill your time in ways that are pleasurable to you. The simplest thing, buy yourself some lovely, lovely bath salts or some, add a few drops of aromatherapy oil. I would recommend lavender if you're stressed, orange if you're in a low mood, some geranium if you're feeling, off balance. A few drops, no more than 5 or 6 drops in your bath water. Lock the door, tell everybody, put a do not disturb sign on the bathroom door, and just relax. Maybe even light a few candles if you can in there. So you have more subdued lighting instead of the glare of the overhead light. So, I mean, there's little things that you can do. Do stuff that you wouldn't normally do. Is there a hobby that you've been meaning to get around to? Or find out about something or other, or plan a trip? Then do those things. Do things that boost your morale, that make you feel good, that make you fill that space that has been temporarily made because your partner and his mates are off watching football or rugby or basketball or whatever it is, or F1 racing. It really doesn't matter. But you can take that time that we never seem to have and use it to your advantage. So what is it that you've been putting off to do that you would really, really like to do but haven't been able to find the time or the space because kids, spouse, work, whatever it was going on? What is that one thing that that is easily accomplished by you that you would really like to do, with or without friends? Then it's time to think about maybe making some time to do that. It may be something as simple as lying in a dark room with earplugs in your ears so you can tune everybody out. There's even something for that. There is places where they have what they call flotation tanks, where it's total sensory deprivation. You're in this like cocoon-like space, floating in liquid that's at body temperature, and you, as I said, so you're totally deprived of sense. You don't see or hear or anything because you're in this enclosed space. So if you're really looking to escape, that might be a suggestion. And so, but there are things that waiting to be discovered by you if you would only take the time, and now that you have it, to look. So those are my suggestions. Hopefully you found something in there that may be of use to you, whether it's World Cup woes or rugby football union or whoever it is. Make that time your time and enjoy yourself. Thanks so much for watching and listening. Have a great evening and rest of the week, with or without the football. And I'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.